In case you missed this season, the Kansas City Chiefs, who, when they play everybody, have had only one loss since Christmas last year, and that would be to the regular season at Buffalo this year. They play tight games. Yep. They win every one-score game. They're as well on defense, if not better, than they are on offense, which, if you watch the early Kansas City Chiefs of this Super Bowl run, you wouldn't necessarily say that. But they had just enough of each. And Patrick Mahomes' numbers, oh, well, how about some of his numbers in the past? No, 245 throwing, but the key runs at the key time, despite the Bills forcing one Chief turnover, the first turnover the Chiefs have made since the Buffalo game last year.
Boom. What do we always talk about? In the biggest games, the Chiefs' best players always show up. Mm-hmm. And today was Patrick Mahomes. He was very efficient with the passing game, getting the ball out, throwing the football to his players. Boom, but in the end, it was Patrick Mahomes' legs that kept drives alive. It was Patrick Mahomes' legs that led to touchdown. His ability to get outside the pocket. And we don't think of him as a scrambler, Boom. But I tell you what, 11 carries, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns, a long of 12. His ability to extend plays, the mobility, and he's always keeping his eyes down the field, finding receivers, finding running backs. It played a key role in the game today. And I think when Buffalo looks back on this, they're going to have to figure out a way, when they get in these big games, how do you take 15's legs away? Because we knew it was going to happen. We've seen it time and time again. We came into the game talking about you can't hit Patrick when he runs, when he scrambles. They knew he was going to do it, and they still couldn't stop it today. 11 carries, 43 yards. He was able to control and manipulate the game in the key moments with his legs.
Because it's not always a part of the game plan. It's not when they expected least.
Correct.
But when they expected littler.
Yes.
If that's the right way
to
put
question.
it. Look, defensively, let's give the Bills credit. That drive at the end of the half to score to get him back in the game, then the drive to take the lead third quarter. We saw, so at times the Chiefs defense, I don't want to say on their heels, but Buffalo moving the ball. But yet, there were 3 sequences that the Kansas City defense in the fourth quarter or late in the game came up huge when they needed it. And that's really been the tone, certainly last year. And if you win all these one-score games, it's been a huge tone this year.
The devil's always in the details, Boom. And anytime that Buffalo got into this tush-push formation where it was going to be 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1, the scouting report was they were always going to go left. Everybody knew they were going left. And in this game, how many times did you see Buffalo get in that formation and they went left and they got stopped? And then in the very end, on the critical 4th down play of the game, they come with a nasty split. Okay, the receiver is tight. Spags decided to send the corner. I don't know if that was a check or design play, but the corner is so close to the formation, the corner comes, safety covers for the corner, and Josh Allen said, we slid the line the opposite way. So they slid the line opposite of the protection. In that situation, Steve Spanguolo, the defensive coordinator, dialed up a blitz that the Bills had not seen. And it was a short blitz because the split is nasty, meaning the split is tight to the tackle. So the corner has less distance to travel. Josh Allen had no chance whatsoever to get rid of the football. And in a critical situation, Spanguolo once again comes up with a blitz to deter Josh Allen and the Bills.
Well, you heard Josh was still befuddled, well, at least if we're to read in the soundbite.
He had no idea.
Often when the corner or the safeties come, it's not we're expecting them to make the tackle, but it's to free up Chris Jones, which it didn't. Yeah. They picked him up well down there, but it was Karlaftis. It's to free up another player or two.
Correct, yes.
And he probably saw 7 Chiefs, right?
Well, no doubt. And that's a situation where if you're Josh and you think that that corner's coming, and instead of going Liz, sliding protection to the left, you go rip. But here's the problem. He didn't expect him to come, so he slid the line to the left. Therefore, Karlaftis in the corner came free. They're going to look back on that and wish they would have noticed that. But again, you can't cover for everything. It's a tendency breaker by the defensive coordinator, and the Bills are going to wish they had studied that just a little bit more.
It's not the type of thing he often calls up in the first half or even first half of the third quarter.
He waits for critical moment.
And he may not have run it all year. They may not have seen it on tape all year long. As a history major at college, and I regard myself as a football history major here in my pro life, the Kansas City Chiefs are the 9th team to try to three-peat. The first 8, none of them made it to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are already farther than any of the others. 3 of them made it to the conference championship game and lost. One of the Steelers teams, the 49ers in 90, and the Dallas Cowboys, who won 3 of 4 but lost the championship game. But the Chiefs are going where no three-peat hopeful has ever been. Jeff Darlington, with a guy who's going to his first Super Bowl and played in his first championship game, DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre, what does it feel like to come to a team, to contribute, and to find yourself on the way to the Super Bowl?
It feels amazing. I knew this was going to happen. When I signed with the Chiefs, when that day happened, I knew it was going to happen. It's been a long time coming. I've been in the league 12 years, so I knew it was going to happen.
What does it mean to have a chance to win 3 straight Super Bowls?
Yeah, I don't know if that part's sunk in yet because we're just happy to get the Lamar Hunt Trophy, especially for, Clark, the Hunt family here in Arrowhead with all these great people. But I think I'll just worry about that right now and worry about the other thing later.
I love it. Spags is as good as it gets as defensive coordinator. Still sounds like that heavy Massachusetts, New England accent. You look at stats if you didn't watch the game, and of course they won by 3, the Chiefs, Booger. Yards are almost exactly the same, upper 300s. Time of possession is within a minute of each other. And yet there is one little part, although the Bills have the chance to win it or tie it, but one little part that jumps out to you.
No doubt. And if you just look at the explosive plays in the game, let's look at 3rd and 4th downs. The Bills were a combined 9 for 20 on 3rd and 4th down. They had a lot of them. Chiefs were 6 for 10. That tells me that the Chiefs were getting more explosive plays. They didn't get to 3rd down as much as the Bills. Spags made the Bills earn every single yard. They had 20 3rd and 4th downs combined. They were having to earn every single yard, whereas on the other hand, Mahomes and the Chiefs, they were getting the football, they were getting first downs and chunk plays. And here's the best thing about it. They did it without Kelsey. What have we heard all week long?
2.
He caught 2 balls. Take 87 away and you can beat them. Take 87 away and make somebody else beat you. Well, guess what? Xavier Worthy today. The most targets, 85 yards receiving. The other people stepped up. We saw Hollywood Brown step up. And so if you're Andy Reid and the Chiefs, that's fine. Take 87 away. I got other weapons, and those weapons are healthy. And as long as 15 is there, boom, it doesn't matter. 87 was a decoy today, and he'll clearly play decoy going for his 3rd Super Bowl in a row.
You know what, though? Both teams, the Bills, it's been their mantra on offense all season long.
Yeah.
Everybody eats. If I'm not mistaken, Mahomes had 8 different receivers. I think Josh had 9.
Yeah.
But again, almost similar for the Buffalo Bills. They made it to the championship this game after that big win last week over Baltimore. But the Chiefs are in their way no matter how well they play. And for the Bills veterans, like Dawson Knox, it's tough.
It's devastating, and it takes a while. I think, unfortunately, I've felt this type of pain before, and even more so this year. But I got a bunch of guys in this locker room that I love that we'll be able to lean on each other, and I've got an incredible wife at home, incredible support system, an incredible family. We'll be able to move on eventually. There's definitely some pain, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. We'll be able to move on.
Boy, Dawson, listen, let's remind everybody, I know this won't sound like much in late January after you've almost got back to the Super Bowl and the city was on its ear. I understand that, and I speak to the people at Buffalo. But if you go to August, there were questions. Is the window on the Chiefs closing a little bit? Aren't the Jets an equal pick to win? This is August. The AFC East and Miami, they're certainly going to be. The Bills, for the first time in a while, they might not win the East. I'm not trying to make this easier.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to say, if you put in perspective how far this team has come and how well Josh Allen played, and offensively they were by far and away. They ended the year, Denver was even plus 28 turnovers. They scored the most in team history. I know today it hurts. They came a lot farther than a lot of people thought, is what I'm trying to say.
They came a lot further than a lot of people thought, but they didn't come as far as they thought they could go.
And that's
themselves.
fine.
And I think that's the issue, Boom. There was this cat that played basketball named Michael Jordan.
I heard of him.
And during his time, there were a lot of great players. Malone, Stockton, Ewing, a lot of great players. They were just born at the wrong time. I don't know if Josh Allen is in that situation now with Patrick Mahomes. But he's run up against this guy. He's changed his game over and over. They said he turned the football over too much. He didn't turn the ball over this year. They said he needed to get help. He still needs more help. Josh Allen, in the back of his mind, has to wonder, what do I have to do? He played a good game today. Now, does he need more weapons offensively? Yes. They need a legit number one that can fit in. Stephon Diggs didn't do it. You get him away. It was addition by subtraction. You get Amari Cooper. He didn't give you a lot. He needs more weapons offensively. But in the end, Boom, this goes on the quarterback. The wins go to the quarterback. The losses go to the quarterback. And I think Josh Allen has to ask himself, was I born in the wrong era? Because Mahomes is not going anywhere, Boom.
Oh.
He's not going anywhere whatsoever. This is number 5, and he's going for 3 in a row, going for his 4th overall. So at some point, they got to figure out a way to get over the hump. And I don't feel bad for anyone because everything in this game is earned, not given. They got to figure out a way to go earn a Super Bowl because the Chiefs continue to do it.
It seemed like Peyton Manning was 0-10 in the playoffs against Tom Brady. He was 0-2. You were on the Colts team that actually, in that unbelievable game, Peyton ended up 3-2 against Tom in the playoffs,
In the
which
end.
most people forget. I know he went to Denver and New England always lost there, but that's not the point. So for Josh and the Bills, yeah, I know 0-4 in the playoffs, but they're both in their 20s. I wouldn't give up any hope. I mean, it's not like you're knocking against the wall
Right.
and never going to break through. It's hard.
It's hard. No question.
Ringo Starr sang it. It don't come easy.